Hello, welcome along to today's solve of a Telegraph Cryptic Crossword. Today we're going to have a crack at the prize cryptic number 3339. So prize cryptics are usually a little bit trickier than the regular cryptic. This is the Sunday prize cryptic, which is again usually the harder of the two on the weekend. And as it's a prize cryptic, there is I think it's about a 10-day window before you can submit, or within which you can submit the answers. So I'll make sure I don't post this till after the window closes, so there's no spoilers and no cheating. And we'll get started. If you're here to learn how to solve cryptic crosswords, you're definitely in the right place. And if you're a bit more of a cryptic crossword solver, but you're looking to hone your skills, then you're welcome along as well. Hopefully we'll go through the clues today, get them all solved, and I'll explain to you how they're set up and how to read them, and hopefully we'll have a bit of fun along the way. So let's start off as we always do. One across. Carpenter in fast food outlet, ? Yeah, so this is chippy. So this is what we would normally term a double definition type of clue. So there are effectively two straight parts to the clue here. There are two definitions. One is a carpenter and one is a fast food outlet. ? Here is to the point that it's perhaps a slang term rather than an actual real meaning. The question marks in cryptic crossword clues, I think there's a couple of others in the clues today, usually indicate perhaps a little bit of play on words, a little bit of tongue-in-cheek. So just to be aware that the definition may not be absolutely perfect and straight up as it seems. But anyway, one across. Carpenter is a chippy, colloquially, and a fast food outlet, chip shop, is a chippy. Four across. Very presentable tree. Yeah, so this is another double definition. So double definitions. So this is spruce. So something that is very presentable is spruce. So spruce to mean neat and tidy and well dressed, well presented. And obviously a spruce is also a type of tree. Okay, line across. Dramatically impressive erotic novel by yours truly. So normally when we look for cryptic crossword clues, and except in the first two which don't follow this pattern, but probably about 75% of cryptic clues are written such that they have a straight part, so a definition part, and a wordplay part, the cryptic part. And the straight part is usually at the beginning or the end, and then the rest of the clue is the wordplay part. And when I'm solving cryptic clues, that's usually the first thing I look for is this a conventional clue with a straight part and a cryptic part. Now, yours truly in cryptic crossword clues refers to the crossword setter, who would refer to himself as yours truly, and usually it means me, or sometimes I, but certainly yours truly appears in clues as part of wordplay. So this is telling me that this half of the clue at least is wordplay, and then the definition part, the straight part, probably means dramatically impressive. So we're looking for a word that means dramatically impressive. Novel is made to, in the clue, is made to make you think of a book, but actually novel can also mean new and is an anagram indicator. So if we take erotic, so if we anagramize the word erotic, because novel tells us to use that as an anagram, and we include me for yours truly, as in the crossword setter, yeah, we get meteoric. Meteoric is dramatically impressive. That's good, 3 out of 3. New day in which wine knocked back. So again, which is the straight part, which is the cryptic part? And wine knocked back, that's implying wordplay for a word for wine. Something could be like something like asti, or red wines and hock and so on. Knocked back, i.e. reversed, so put in reverse. So this is saying that all this is wordplay. So the straight part of the clue means maybe new or new day, I think. Yeah, so this is modern. So modern. So modern is new. So that's the straight part of the clue. The day in this sense is Monday, M-O-N. And as we said, a wine would be red wine, not back, so reversed in the middle. So red reversed in MON for day gives new, which is modern. Immaculate herb. This looks like another double definition. It is. It's mint. So something that is immaculate condition would be mint condition, and obviously mint is a herb. Very good. 3 double definitions in the first 5 clues. Emptying of effluent on work list for cleaner. So cleaner appears sometimes as char, C-H-A or C-H-A-R, or daily. It would be cleaner. Emptying of effluent could be telling us to literally empty the word effluent, and we'd be left with ET. So ET might feature. On work, so work is often abbreviated to operating. No, not seeing that one. Let's go on. 13 across. Blade in France, Viking used. Okay. Yeah, so I think this is carving knife. And the way I spotted that was to have the words France and Viking together would seem unusual. It wouldn't typically be seen together in a sentence in such a way, unless the letters in particular were important. And this happens, you spot this occasionally in clues. You'll see strange combinations of words. Pay particular attention to those, because usually the letters themselves are specific and required to solve the clue. So the letters themselves are important. We might come across others as we go through. But France, Viking has the 12 letters we need. Used here is the anagram indicator. So if you rearrange the letters of France, Viking to get a blade, so I did that and saw that we had knife quite quickly. You pick on unusual letters then, so K, how do you fit a K and an F and a V? So having worked out that it's something knife, we're left with the letters that make carving, so carving knife. Okay, on to swordsmanship from knives. So quick exchange of swordsmanship, question mark. So again, we're looking maybe for a play on words to do with swordsmanship, uppercut or something, or what is it called? Slide. Uppercut's more boxing than, don't know. Okay, let's go on. 20 across. Executed and carried away. Executed and taken away. Taken away. Carried out. So another double definition. That's another one. It's quite unusual to see so many in a single clue. So something that's executed is carried out. If you execute a task, you carry it out. And obviously if you're taken away, you're carried out. Good. Next one. Splashed out on a car. Yeah, so I think this is auto. And so in this sense, splashed is the anagram indicator for the word out. So we rearrange the letters of out on A, and we get auto, which is a car. Piece of grass or causeway reversed over. Okay, so again, I'm looking grass or causeway. It seems a curious combination of words together, unless the letters particularly mean something. Yeah. And then piece of is telling us to take a section of grass or causeway. We've got reversed, which is telling us to do that in a reverse order. And if you take the A of causeway and reverse backwards, A-C-R-O-S-S, you get across, which is over. So over here is the straight part, and the rest is the wordplay to get there. Stop in top gear? Question mark. No, not seeing that one. Let's go. Next one. Begrudge being posted again. Yeah. So this is resent. So this is resent, means posted again, maybe. And the question mark here is, presumably resent would perhaps be separated by a hyphen, maybe. So this is saying it's like not a perfect clue, but slightly sort of tongue-in-cheek or funny wordplay. So resent is also resent, which is begrudge. Okay, 25. Turn lid on yogurt opening jar. Well, lid on yogurt is Y, literally the first letter of yogurt. So I think there's a Y somewhere. We've also got opening jar, which would be J. But this is at the end of the clue. I don't see a word having a J at the end. So I'm not seeing that one. But that's okay. That's not a bad start for a prize cryptic. We'll crack on now with the down clues. Before we do, just a quick reminder, if you're enjoying the solve today, please consider giving the video a like, because it really helps the algorithm to point my videos in the right direction. And it's really important for small channels and new channels to get started, is to get a few likes to tell the algorithm the sort of people that are enjoying the content. So it'd be great if you could consider giving the video a like today. and if you're enjoying it even more and you want to subscribe to catch up with future content, then please consider doing that as well. And with that being said, let's go on to one down. Heather left after council cleared out office. So Heather appears sometimes in crosswords, and Erica is a type of Heather. And with those letters in it, that's what we have, I think. Council cleared out is CL. Yeah, so this is clerical. So it's Erica, L at the bottom for left. So L is a recognised abbreviation of left. Council cleared out. So after council cleared out, CL gives office, which is clerical. Two down. Clumsy elevation of marker in computing. Well, with those letters, that has to be inept, I think. So a marker is a pen. So elevation of marker, so that's telling us to put a word for a marker upwards from the bottom, so PEN. In computing, computing obviously is IT, and those two together combine to give clumsy, which is inept. Most of earn it filling pot, proper sort. Okay, so there's some very curious words again here. Earn it filling pot, proper sort. So sort could be an anagram indicator. We do have P and R of proper. Most of earn would imply maybe we take the U and the R of earn and leave out the last letter. Yeah, so this is Puritan. So most of earn is UR. It is it. So we have URIT in the clue. Filling pot, a word for a pot is a pan. So URIT filling pan gives Puritan, who is a proper sort, somebody who believes in being very prim and very proper. Okay. Ceremony, one that is set up in European tourist destination. Well, ceremony is pomp. That is id est, which is abbreviated to IE, and set up would be EI. I hope we've got the one here as well. So ceremony is pomp. One IE set up, so one IE all set up, gives a European tourist destination in Italy, and that's Pompeii. And if you've never been, you should go. It's brilliant. 6 down. Uniform on wanderer that's shabby, vest and pants, say. So uniform is often abbreviated to U. It's in the NATO phonetic alphabet letter for U. And yeah, so this is underwear. So this is U for uniform on wanderer, shabby. So shabby here is the anagram indicator to rearrange the letters of wanderer. Underneath U, we get vest and pants, say, which is underwear. 17. Always wily, head scratched in unusual manner. Yeah, well, poetically, always is air. It's kind of an abbreviation of ever. Wily, wily head scratched. If you literally scratch the initial letter, the top letter from wily, you get ILY. And eerily is certainly in an unusual manner. So I think that's the answer. Right, 9 down. Cock with hen is stirred up for poultry dish. So stirred up is an anagram indicator. So we've got to find 11 letters. So we have cock, we need a C and a K, so that looks promising. Hen maybe. So that's 7. Is. We need 2 more. Don't know. Let's go on. Nasty clothes are mostly second hand. Yeah, don't know. So if this is to be read as nasty clothing are, then the straight part of the clue would be second hand. Yeah, this is vicarious. So something that's nasty is vicious. Clothing or going around the outside of are mostly, so if you drop the last letter of R, you just get AR. So vicious around AR gives vicarious, which has the meaning second hand. 15. So to say, how things used to be ungrammatically. As it were. Yeah, I think this is as it were. So how things used to be, to say that word correctly, it would be as it was, or as they were, as it was, ungrammatically, as it were, and the phrase as it were is used to mean so to say. So I think that's correct. 17 down. Disloyalty of duplicitous senator. Yeah, and with those checking letters. So this is an anagram of senator. So duplicitous in this case is an indicator of an anagram of the word senator to mean disloyal. And with those letters, it's obviously treason. Good. 18 down. Youngster needs partner to the utmost degree. So a youngster, a young child, is often abbreviated to imp or tot. So this looks like it's tot. Tot. Totally? Yeah. So an ally is a partner, a friend. With tot gives totally, which means to the utmost degree. A curse having slipped disc. Yep, again the checking letters here really helping. This is saucer. So this is another anagram. So having slipped is the anagram indicator words for a curse. And if you rearrange the letters of a curse, you get saucer, which is a disc. Smell in a capital city according to those who live there. There has to be aroma, surely. So smell is an aroma. So in a capital city according to those who live there. So I guess aroma, with my worst Italian accent, would mean that you are in Rome. If you were to say that in Italian, a Roma, to mean in Rome, and aroma is a smell. Okay, that's good. That's all the clues across and all the clues down. We've had a good run there, so let's see if we can get some of these. What about 16 across? Quick exchange of swordsmanship. Yeah, so that's cut and thrust. So cut and thrust, clearly the sort of things you would do with the sword, and you often describe an exchange of views, perhaps as if I can spell it correctly, a cut and thrust of an argument or a conversation or a discussion, a quick exchange, cut and thrust. What's this with the Y in the second letter? Turn lid on yogurt opening jar. To turn is to gyrate. Yeah, okay. So it is, the lid of yogurt is Y. Opening, so in the middle of. Jar, which is to grate. If something jars with you, it grates on you. So the Y in the middle of grate gives gyrate, which means to turn. Okay, stop in top gear. I think this is another double definition. I think I've ever seen so many double definitions in a single clue crossword. This is pull over. So to stop is to pull over, and top gear, so clothing that you would wear on your top half, would be a pullover. Okay, this is looking like chicken soup, probably. For 9 down, cock with hen is stirred up for poultry dish. It is chicken soup. How do we get it? Cock, hen is up. Yes, so it's cock, hen is stirred. So it's stirred here that is the anagram indicator. So anagramizing cock, hen is. And then up at the end is just UP for a poultry dish, which is chicken soup. Excellent. Last one. Emptying of effluent on work list for cleaner. What about toilet roll? Oh, okay, so I have to submit this because it's the Sunday prize cryptic. Closing date 29th, so make sure I don't post till after the 29th of the 10th. There we are. Not sure what that's about. Anyway, let's get back to the puzzle. Blade. No, what were we doing? We were doing this one, toilet roll. Emptying of effluent on work list for cleaner. Okay, so a list is a roll. Work is toil. In this case, T-O-I-L, toil. Emptying of effluent, as we did say, emptying the word effluent, you're left with E-T. So E-T. So toil, E-T. List is roll, and a cleaning product is a toilet roll. So there we go. That's the prize cryptic done in not bad time today, 24 minutes. Pleased with that. If you enjoyed that, then as I said before, please consider giving the video a thumbs up and a like. It does really help the algorithm to know where to send my videos to. And if you want to be notified of when there's more videos from me, and I'm posting a couple of times a week, then please consider giving it a subscribe as well. With all that being said, I think we'll stop the video there. So enjoy the rest of the day, whatever it is you're up to, and see you again soon. Thanks very much. Bye.